The questions you have about who you are and where you come from, I can answer.
I don't care what you say, Tad. I can't let you do this.
Do what? He's got a right to know.
Tell me, Tad, who died and made you truth teller?
Well, it seems to me that somebody around here's got to start telling the truth, and if you don't want to, then fine. I don't mind going first.
You don't make all the rules, Tad. People get hurt playing your way.
My way? Well, what do you suggest we do, huh? Just pretend everything is peachy keen? Go around living a big fat lie for so long that when we finally do decide to tell the truth, it's too damn late?
Shut up. Just shut up.
Sorry, really. This is a conversation that Tad and I need to have in private, really. Are you all right? Can I get you anything? Listen, we'll be right outside. We'll leave you alone. Well, that was brilliant. What are you planning for an encore?
I didn't blast in there. I didn't do anything.
You upset him.
If I did, I had a lot of help.
Look, you had no right being in there in the first place.
What the hell are you talking about, Dixie? The man's got my face. He came here to Pine Valley looking for me. I'd say that makes it my right.
Michael has serious problems.
Michael has serious questions. Dixie, I've got the answers. You put the two of us together, I can solve his identity crisis. I know who he is.
He needs professional help. Not some virtual stranger making things even more confusing for him.
Or maybe clearing up a little bit of the confusion instead, huh? What about that? Dixie, think about it. It makes sense. Look, I know what it's like to get up in the morning and shave a face you don't recognize. I did it for 2 years. Now, as God is my witness, I know I can save that man a lot of pain by filling in the blanks. And you're standing here and you're telling me that you're not going to let me go in there and do it? Who do you think's doing more damage here, you or me?
What I'm saying is, I don't think you should keep it a secret that he is Ted Orsini forever. What I'm saying is there is an appropriate time and place for this sort of thing.
Sure. And in the meantime, we just let that poor guy sit in there and stew in his own juice. Desperate for some fact, any fact about his life.
What facts are you planning on springing on it, Dad? The fact that he was kidnapped and abused as a small child so much that he'd rather lose his memory than lose his mind? The fact that while he was sailing to sea in a merchant ship, his virtual twin slept in his bed and kissed his mother goodnight every night for 2 years? Now, what do you think that he is going to do with this information? Do you think he's going to thank you and just pick up from there?
I don't know.
I talked to Dr. Tolan. Now, she wants to make her own evaluation, but she said that we have to be extremely careful about him at this time.
What exactly does that mean?
It means that he has problems stemming from childhood traumas. We don't know how he's going to react. You saw him in there. I think that's just a preview of coming attractions.
Michael's in a lot of pain, that's obvious. But one thing I know for sure is he's never going to begin to get a handle on it until he knows everything there is to know about who he is and where he comes from. I came here to help him, not to hurt him.
Can you promise me, can you guarantee that your help is going to make him better and not worse?
What could possibly be worse than waking up every night, in the middle of the night, covered in sweat, with your heart pounding, frightened to death, and not knowing why? No, I can't guarantee it. I can't change the man's past, but maybe, just maybe, I can add something to it that'll take the edge off a long, lonely night. Like, for instance, the fact that his middle name is Joseph, after his father, and that his mother, Nola, kept every Christmas, every birthday for a little boy. A little boy she carried around a photograph in her wallet. I could show him all the pictures, I could tell him all the stories that kept hope and him alive in his parents' hearts for years. Now, you compare that to the great big nothing he's got right now. Don't you think it's something? Don't you think it's worth it? To let the man know that at least he was loved. At least he was remembered.
I think memory can be a curse. Remembering all the things that you once had and then lost.
Dixie, I can't change what I know. If that man is Ted Orsini, and I believe he is, then I am the only person on this planet that has the right to clue him in.
And what makes that you?
Because I was there, because I lived a piece of his life. And believe you me, if somebody had come along 2 years ago and put the right name to this face, I would have fallen on my knees and kissed their feet.
You're not Michael, Tad. Your past was the good life in Pine Valley, surrounded by loving friends and family. Michael is a mixed-up, troubled man, and you want to drag him kicking and screaming down memory lane. Well, you can't do that. That's not fair. That's not right. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Of course I do. I hear you. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm still going in there.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Both of you. Inside. I want to know everything. Now. We look alike. Must be like you said. I'm Ray Gardner's son, right? I can take whatever I have to. Tell me.
Well, the good news is that I was wrong when I thought that we were brothers. You're not Ray Gardner's son.
We have the same face. Remember the same things. If we're not brothers, then
How did I remember the cowboys with the vests and the blue chaps?
you said you were there.
I was. So were you. The room I described was yours when you were a little boy, around 1971. Michael, you lived in the Napa Valley in California with Joseph and Nola Orsini. They were your mother and father.
That's enough, Tad.
No, it's not. Go on.
One morning when you were 8 years old, you got up and jumped on your brand new Triple Devil Deluxe bicycle and rode off to school. You never came back. They found the bicycle that day. They never found you. After a long search, the police concluded that you'd been kidnapped, although no ransom demand was ever received. 20 years later, I stumbled into the Napa Valley and onto the vineyard with amnesia. Your mother took one look in my eyes and saw her little boy. She was convinced that her son, Ted Orsini, had finally come home. So she took your life out of the photo albums and the mothballs, and she gave it to me. I held on to it for 2 years. And now it's time for me to give it to you. Its rightful owner. The real Ted Orsini.
Michael.
As I said, your mother, Nola, took one look at me and was convinced that I was her son. I had no idea who I was. All I knew was that there was this incredible woman standing there opening up her heart and her home to me, offering me an amazing life on a silver platter. And it seemed to me that under the circumstances, the best thing I could do was make myself feel at home. But I want you to understand something. Your parents never gave up on you. They never stopped loving you. They never stopped praying for you. I was just lucky enough to step into the right place at the right time. Nola was pretty convincing. She had me believing that I was Ted Orsini. But I never took your place. I just saved it for you. And I hope that that'll give you some kind of comfort as you get used to your new life.
My mother and father. Are they still in Napa?
Your father, Joseph, died a few years ago. Tad never met him.
What about Nola?
Nola, had a bad heart. It finally gave out on her earlier this year. She's buried next to your father in Napa on a small hill overlooking your vineyard. I wish you could have met her. You would have been proud of her. She was an amazing lady. She loved to laugh, especially if the joke was on her. She was a kind lady. She used to cry at commercials for greeting cards, and she knew everybody's birthday within a 100-mile radius. I'm sorry that you will never get to know her the way I did. I wish I could give that to you, but I can't. But the one thing that I can do is give you your past the way she gave me mine. She saved my life. And if it's all the same to you, I would very much like to repay the favor.
Michael, are you all right?
Please say something.
Are you all right? Do you want me to get you a doctor? Maybe it would be best if we just left you alone for a while. Satisfied? He's completely withdrawn. It's like he's not even there.
He's had a shock. When he gets over it, he'll be fine.
Well, thank you, Dr. Freud. You don't have a degree in psychology, Ted. You don't know what's going on in his mind.
Maybe not. But at least I told him the truth. And he had a right to hear it. Unedited and uncensored by you.
Would you please stop this, all right? I think you can finish it, whatever it is, tomorrow.
It's finished. Maybe you could have shown up a little earlier. You could have stopped Ted's one-man mission of mercy.
Come on. Let's go home.
Could you connect me with Dr. Tolan's office, please? I think her extension is 2728. Thank you. Hi, is this Dr. Tolan's service? Hi, my name is Dixie Cooney, and I need to talk to Dr. Tolan about a friend of mine. It's an emergency. She'll know who it is. For your help, Dr. Tolan. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Monday, Martin Sheen and Ralph Macchio star in The Last POW, the Bobby Garwood story, an ABC Monday night movie. Parental discretion is advised. Now stay tuned for One Life to Live.